everyone, my name is Mehak. I hope you guys are all fine, and like always, I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with the first book of 2023 that I finished reading. It's a very peculiar title. It's called She and Her Cat. It's by the Japanese author. His name is Makoto Shinkai. It's actually a Japanese bestseller that has been translated in English. Coming to the story of the book, this book is actually about companionship, narrated by the viewpoint of abandoned cat, or I would say more than one cat. And the overall, I would say the tone of the book is a little sad and lonely, but it ends on a good note. So coming to the character of the book and our cat, Miyu is a depressed, lonely girl, and one day she finds this abandoned cat and she names him Chobi. Now, the reason Miyu is kind of lonely and depressed in her life is that because her work life is very frustrating, her personal life is very empty, and she's kind of juggling with the early adulthood days, and she's fighting the confusion and the anxiety and loneliness that comes once you start living alone. So she's recently switched her job and she's living alone. So while she's enjoying the freedom, there's also this anxiety, confusion and loneliness that she's battling. Moreover, her family is really harsh, and that's the reason, just waking every day has become so difficult for her, and she feels that she's not, she's good for nothing. But the good thing is, thank God for kittens, she has Chobi, who is, proves to be the best companion to her. He is not a very, I would say, a fun or a daring or exciting cat, but Chobi as a cat is kind and sensitive. And, right now in her life to survive, I would say Miyu really needs kindness. And that's where Chobi, the cat, comes into picture. He's always around her and by her side, the day she's working late night for her office and, have to type this report twice, or, the day she comes back meeting her friend and is actually sadder, and or she's trying to avoid her mother's call, who's calling her for the millionth time and asking her to get married. So during all these, confusing and frustrating times, there's one companion who's always by her side is Chobi. And Chobi allows her to nuzzle her and nuzzles Miyu's arms and allows Miyu to pet her. So I think that way Miyu is like, although her life is not going as she planned, but she has this companion who's really kind and sensitive and around her all the time. So we get to read about these frustrations that Miyu is going from Chobi's point of view, who's, actually narrating the stories. He tries to describe these human tendencies, which is actually funny because a cat is, describing the typical human behavior from their perspective. So sometimes it sounds funny. He, as a cat, he can usually sense when Miyu is sad. I think that is something that usually all animals have, that, I have both a cat and a dog, and somehow they can always sense when we are sad. So yeah, he's, and then it's just not Miyu in the story, Miyu and Chobi. As you progress, you also read about other characters and other abandoned cats who, eventually become pet cats. And a very clever thing done by the author is that you realize that how these pet cats living in the same community, in the vicinity, are actually a common thread of bond between the people living around. So you realize towards the end how these cats are like a perfect thread that bind all these people together. And so you just, in this whole book, you read about, both the cat and the human. As the days pass by, each of them have their own struggles. Even the cats, you read about the struggles, the abandoned cats or the pet cats have in their daily life. Like, for example, for the abandoned cat, finding a home or finding food, and for the pet cats, trying and understanding their owner, etc. So you read about all that. So yeah, that is what is the major premises of the book. The book is okay because none of the characters, they leave A lasting impression on you, I would say. The book is very, as you can see, it's a thin book, so it's a quick read. I have read a book which I have shared the review earlier, The Dalai Lama's Cat. That's also a story which is told from a cat's perspective, like a cat is narrating. And I found that actually very fun, and the characters were amazing, the plot was very engrossing. But sadly that wasn't the case here, I felt. But it's definitely, for cat lovers, I think you can definitely give it a one-time read. What I love about the book most is that it has these illustrations. So every time a character is introduced, there is the character and the cat along with it, which I really liked. And these are some of the beautiful drawings, like you see here. Very nice. These illustrations are very beautiful. So yeah, that's all on this book. I'm going to see you guys next week with another title. But I have a suggestion for those of you readers who live in Mumbai. So recently on Saturday I took a trip to Colaba, and if you guys know the Flora Fountain area, or if you don't know, just get down at the Churchgate station and go to the Flora Fountain area. You have booksellers in a line there selling books, some amazing books and some rare finds. I was so excited and happy to find them. And so yeah, if you're in Mumbai and if you love reading, do check it out. It's also close to the famous, one of my very favorite bookstores in town, that is the Kitab Khana. So if you're around the Churchgate, Flora Fountain area, definitely check out those booksellers. Yeah, that's it. I will see you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.